I'm not gonna keep shield block against Hunter, especially without Armor Smith or Fire War Axe or Slam. First I need to deal with his minions. Okay, so he lost the joust. Lost again, nice. Usually he's gonna lose against my deck, but it's still very nice. I like winning the jousts. Definitely a mid-range, right? King's Elect is kind of a slower card. Or it's a card that's used in bigger decks mostly. I need this draw a lot right now because I used 1-1 twice. I mean, he needs cards as well, so it's not bad for me, but I used, I think, a Slam and a Bash. That's why I definitely want to get this Acolyte going. I'm probably going to attack next turn with Dustbite to trigger the Acolyte. Although there's definitely things to consider on that front as well, because that's one of my ways to proc execute right now. Two secrets. The most likely would be Snake and Freezing. I considered executing this 3-1, but if it's Snake and Freezing, my Acolyte realistically isn't going to do much here. It's okay if it just cycles. If it does 3 damage, I armor up, so I gain 2 over the execute. Big reason for executing is it won't be easy for me to execute a high main. Like, I can't deal 1 damage right now, and I have Big Game Hunter for Dr. Boom. Like, if I needed to use 6 mana next turn, I probably would execute it this turn. That's scary. I should kill this. Unfortunately, probably going to be a Snake Trap, but I don't want a high main charging at me. So Bash has synergy with Shield Slam, but against high main, what's better? I mean, execute. I can execute it, armor up, and then high main, I can Bash, armor, Shield Slam. Like, otherwise, I can just Shield Slam, execute. Execute this, Bash, or Bash. It's not really any different.
What now?
I think it's pretty much the same, but I feel like this is a little bit better against some other things because I have the synergy with Bash and Shield Slam. Against Hyman in particular, I don't think it works any different, but for later turns. Against this, it'll definitely work out better for me. Let's go ahead and bash. Let's shield block first. I'm gonna go ahead and just double shield slam and save the bash. It might be harder for me to get armor next turn, even though I can technically Dr. Boom and shield slam next turn together. Not sure how much armor I would have. I would still have a lot for one more turn, but from 2 turns from now I'd lose all my armor.
To my side. Fight moves quickly.
It's quite a strong move. I'm gonna just lose my armor here to go ahead and play the Dr. Boom because Freezing Trap is gonna ruin my Sylvanas. Whereas Dr. Boom is much better against Freezing Trap. I can also play Bash and Sylvanas next turn on turn 9. And it's at least force him to kill Boom Bots, and it's kind of likely that the Shredder dies to the Splash Explosion. I mean, it was really nice that the Shredder died, not so nice they got a Sorcerer Apprentice from it. Another secret. I'm feeling like this one is probably Snake Trap again.
I have no time for games.
I'm gonna be using Armor Smith kind of as a forcing mechanism, so he has to kill it, or I could use it to proc the trap. But even then, I can still use Dr. Boom to get the trap. We'll see. Uh-oh, I might die. I was thinking one card, it's pretty unlikely, because, yeah, he had one card from the last turn, I guess one top deck. If I play a Control Mage, it would probably be Echo Giants right now. Is he one off? I believe he's one off lethal. Let me see if I can jimmy this somehow. Oh, never mind. He traded. I think I'd rather return Dr. Boom to my hand. It's a better... And then I will be attacking anyways. So if it's Snake... Even if it's a Snake Trap, I'm going to be proccing the Snake Trap. Because I have to start working on my Sylvanas' death. Freezing. So the other one is one that... It's a face one. Either Explosive or Bear Trap.
Let none survive.
Actually, this play probably is not right. Maybe I should have just killed the Haevion and gotten the value from the Sylvanas, because even a 1-1 charger, if I steal a Hound, I can still charge the 4-1. I was thinking, for some reason, otherwise, basically. So I guess it comes down to what my chances of winning are if I bash this. It's pretty decent still. I have a lot of good healing cards. Compared to Dr. Boom. Let's see if I can get something here. No. Which is more important in this deck? I think Ysera is more important than Alex, because with the new Just card, you can get, like, it makes your aggro matchups a lot better. And going, like, since this is kind of a fatigue warrior, Ysera is really important. If you don't have Ysera, you can lose the value game against Druid, I feel. Because if they have BGH and they maybe even combo your minions down, it's definitely possible that you lose the value game against Druid. I'm just gonna equip Axe and go face. This move is because I have Shield Block next turn, so I don't want to equip Axe. I do want to cycle Shield Block by turn 5, and I'll probably be playing... I'll probably be playing Death Spell on turn 4. So I want to be able to still kill Aspirant. This was a really good draw. Allows me to shield slam down the bear instead of having to do something weird to kill it. Let's see. 2 shield slams, so we don't want to use both. We can armor up to 7, shield slam it, so yeah, we could kill it. The problem with killing it is I can't play Acolyte, but... yeah, that's too weird. I was gonna say, technically I could kill and play Acolyte, but that would involve trading my Armor Smith as well. I'm gonna have to brawl here.
Strike.
It's the only way to kill Dr. Boom, and it's 75% chance. I'm keeping up with him pretty well, but I'm definitely having a lot of trouble with Druid still. I'm not sure if he ran really good or not, though. This game should still be my favorite right now. I have maybe a clean turn with Ysera. That's generally really powerful, and if I can... Otherwise, I still have a double Acolyte turn with the Whirlwind. That'll definitely give me into things. Because this game, he had like a wild growth into a whole bunch of like Ancients of Lore and Dr. Boom. I think he had like wild growth into Innervate 1, Coin Other 1 or something like that. So it made it pretty hard.
Guide my lands. Elune, guide my lands.
It's a really hard decision because the double Acolyte move sounds so juicy, but then I don't get to play Ysera. I'm getting so much armor by playing my 2 minions. I feel like I'm going to go for double Acolyte. He could sell Sylvanas. I'm just going to go ahead and use my Execute. The big target for Execute in this matchup is the 1 Ancient War sometimes. 1 Ancient War is pretty common to see in Druid, but you almost never see 2. I have a lot of good draws here. A lot of my deck is the small slams and bashes, so I'm gonna just try to cycle for it. Baron Geddon, that's certainly interesting. I guess I can't Baron Geddon. I have such a big health buffer that I should be able to play Ysera fairly easily now. One of the things I'm scared of is double combo. That does, what, 22 damage from no board. From this board it would do 28 damage. So I still wouldn't have died to the double combo. Might just have to slam Ysera. Oh, that's the best one. Hopefully I don't die double combo. Single combo does, what, 20, 26, 30 damage.
Time waits for no one.
Okay, he just used combo to clear. Just one combo. Didn't have both pieces. Since I picked up this Awakens, that's so good for me. I can actually clear the board if I Sylvanas Awakens. If I Awakens, I'll be at 17. Then 19. He gets a 4 attack minion. I die. I'm gonna play safe here.
I have no time for games.
Where shall I strike?
Yeah, I'm playing this matchup pretty bad.
I've got the beast in my sight.
Like, it's like a joke that the whole beat patron by flooding the board, but it's much better to pressure patron than to hold back. From my experience, the only time it's really right to hold back is in game scenarios when they have less than 5 cards left, and you've already pressured them early game where they've lost some resources. Because if you're just going from the start as a control warrior or a handlock and just never play any minions, controller can technically do it, but it's not. There's no point in playing like that. It's still not going to give you a better win rate than playing minions early and pressuring, since they have to expend resources to kill your minions. And if you're anything that can't go above 30 life or have ice block, then you definitely shouldn't, because I've seen priests and druids try that sometimes. Priest, Druid can beat Patron in fatigue, but it's because of the pressure. It's not because waiting around. I'm gonna go to armor here. I think my big reason for armor here is I don't want to give him a battle rage target. So if I play Acolyte and he just weapons it, he goes to 29. That starts by setting his life at a very good total if this is Patron Warrior. And I have the Deathbite anyways, so I could just play the Acolyte later. I have this Slam, so I should be able to kill anything with Slam plus Deathbite anyways. There's no reason to equip Fire Axe first for mana considerations. One Fire Axe won't kill anything that Warrior plays by turn 5 or 6, which will allow me to play Sylvanas. How many cards I have? I have 9 cards right now. I'll probably just skip this turn here. I wasn't sure if this is Patron yet. If this is Patron, I would have played Shield Sylvanas. Looks like I was right in not doing that. Probably would start with the Slam move. I don't necessarily know if I'm a faster deck than he is right now.
I've got the beast in my sight. Back to work.
So we played these two cards. Let me see how his boom bots went. Not so good. I'm a little bit worried. Like, I'm trying to pick up my Shield Slam right now. I have so much armor, and Shield Slam is so good. I also have Sylvanas for Sylvanas plus Shield Slam if he plays Ysera, but that can only happen if I get the Shield Slam. I haven't really seen anything that would make his deck greedier than mine. I am behind on cards, though. The interesting thing is, you don't really need to know exactly whether they're faster than you or not. Because you pretty much play the same way. You don't play completely the same way, but other than like dropping Ysera or Sylvanas on turn 6, there's no move that I ever made that was slow intentionally. So it kind of just evens out. If they're slower, you probably play a little bit faster naturally. If they're faster, like you're still kind of not playing super high tempo moves, like super low value high tempo moves, like playing Sylvanas on empty board. So.
I have no time for games.
I'm gonna give him... Actually, let's see. It's a huge life swing, but it's a big negative tempo swing. So I'll just give him the Dr. Boom. I gained 6 armor anyways with this play. Now, first warrior to play Justicar gets a big advantage because you go into the fatigue with much more armor. Ysera's like, there's no way he's surviving. He hasn't used any executes yet, so or shield slams. It's not like I'm trying not to play Ysera. That's not the point. The point is I want to play Justicar. If I didn't have Justicar, I still would have played Ysera just because. Like, there's not really a point in waiting to play Ysera. They're always generally going to be able to kill him anyways, but... Not at the expense of playing Justicar earlier. At least it took him a Deathbite charge. He couldn't proc to execute. Probably get Nightmare, not a good one. I think the best one is Awakens still in this matchup, and then the second best one are just the minions. I'm not gonna play these cycle spells anymore, the Shield Block and the Acolyte this game. Kinda glad that he played some to catch up in cards, but I'm pretty much done as far as drawing. Now that's pretty sad. I never got a Shield Slam the whole game. I can execute as Guy. If I'm gonna execute, I might as well bash execute and save my Deathbite. Although, interesting scenario there is just to play the Sylvanas and armor up and just let the Ysera go. If he gets streams though.
Is there trouble?
Nightmare Sylvanas has a solid move, but it doesn't go until the beginning of the next turn. So Nightmare Sylvanas is not any different than just playing Sylvanas and passing. There's not any real reason to Nightmare him as well. Actually, I should have played Sylvanas. There's not going to be a great Sylvanas usage from here on, and it's not good to drop Sylvanas against Shield Main because he can just trade. It doesn't force anything.
I bring life.
I've got the beast in my sack.
Just gonna play him out. He still has Execute, so the Death Spike can proc Execute a little bit easier. Realistically, even though I'm one, or say I'm two, I guess the way you want to think about this is 1.5 cards down, because I'm between 2 cards and 1 card down. It's like sometimes 2, sometimes 1, right? So 1.5 cards. But I'm like 30 armor up. He can Alex me to get the 15 damage in, but otherwise I'm still 30 armor up going into the fatigue. Like I said, this deck, both of us should have enough removal to kill all each other's minions.
Almost out of cards.
Honor made to
Like, we have an abundance of removal, so it comes down to who has more life and who's drawn more cards going to the fatigue.
I bring life.
Cards.
Maybe we can find a creative way to kill this with Nightmare. It's not enough damage in Nightmare. I guess I'm just gonna Shield Slam my own Sylvanas. Although, does that even make sense? It doesn't really make sense. I guess just Shield Slam this and go. Yeah, the reason why it doesn't make sense is Brawl. Neither of us have used a Brawl, and Brawl's a dead card in this matchup. If I Shield Slam my own Sylvanas, I give him a good Brawl. And not to mention he still has the last Shield Slam Execute to kill my Sylvanas anyways.
That belongs in a museum.
Okay, here I can use the Nightmare as removal.
Cards.
If I did this a little bit more with more finesse, I would have kept the way to proc the Execute or something. Oh, I guess that's a way. I don't really have to make the first move. If this game was closer, I would have to think about it more and play Sylvanas for tempo. But I might want to play Sylvanas as a blocker to like a 7, something that doesn't trade perfectly against Sylvanas. I'm gonna go ahead and play it
No
now.
time for games.
It's just, if, I know he's a coin, so if he has like enough things to beat me in value, it makes sense to save Sylvanas. Because then I only have the Sylvanas and Grom, but he wasn't gonna beat me in value. Because one of his cards is coin. I think one of his cards is like Shield Slam or something as well, or Shield Block.